We get up here a bit further up the track and there's been a big boar pig in here. Look at the size of that footprint down there. And he's nosed in here and he's walked where? He's walked over the top here. He's nosed in there and had a look, had a sniff at the scent, and that was just a bit of fermented horse's hoof there. And he's missed the trap. The trap is in here, so I'll just leave it as it is. I'll just leave it. I just came up and refreshed that trap over there, put a little bit more scent on it, made sure it was okay. I hadn't seen any tracks. There's cattle tracks here and birds and whatever else. And then I came up here, it's a little bit more, and there's a puppy dog. He's walked down the middle. Mature dog, big dog. Okay, we've got another one on the line here now. And plenty of traps out. We haven't checked this side yet. It's middle of the day, it is hot. So we'll go down to the first lot and we'll just see. We might have him. If we don't have this dog, I'll give it a rethink and we might actually put a few more traps out over here. I'd say he'd be a pretty cunning dog, this one. Well, this one here, the tracks that we got, cattle. Some bullhead in a Suzuki. It doesn't mean that he's got to go down the tracks though. Doesn't mean anything at all. So we'll put some long distance call here and see if we can get any dog that is travelling along this road to step off into here. I've just driven through here. The cattle have absolutely messed up every inch of this. There was not a vehicle track left on this before I drove through. No dog sign that I can see. And they've come and kicked this trap out. This was a very vulnerable trap anyway, so it's not surprising that they've kicked it out. Just nosed into this gully here. It's a little bit of a wet area where it leaks out of this big dam up in front of us. I've been through here 3 or 4 times now and there hasn't been a track. I come here today and there's tracks of probably a dog here for at least 2 or 3 days. There's a couple of different age groups. So I've set a trap over that other side there. It's still a little bit dark, the soil, so the sun hasn't dried it out yet. But put a little bit of dash urine there from Dashy Girl. And yeah, I think he's got a good chance of picking a dog up, that one. It's hot, isn't it, boys, eh? It's hot. I've come up about another 200, 300 metres. And you see my tracks here where I've been opening this gate where I've come through a couple of times. There was no tracks here before. And now we've got tracks both ways. And that dog's going in underneath the gate here, right there. Could be other places, but that looks like a really definite place that they like to go underneath. So I'm going to set a blind trap straight in under there. Probably I might even put a little bit of a scent marker on the wire on the gate there. Put it here, and I'll probably put a drag so that if it gets caught, it goes somewhere away from underneath the gate where it's going to get hooked up in the barbed wire. A bit of hard digging there. That really took some chiseling. The ground's been packed down by vehicles for years. So I've made a bit of a mess, made more of a mess than what I wanted. And the ground's that hard, it's going to be hard to get this chain in across here. Just lie it in. I'll cover it with plenty of sand and just mount it up a little bit if I can. What's that leaf doing in there? Get out of there, leaf. It's annoying me. Find more dirt. some of this stuff on the outside. A bit of the mess can go in there. What I'll do is I'll even try and make a few tracks. When I finish, I'll dust it over and I'll even make a couple of dog tracks so it looks like things are going straight over the top of it. It's quite firm. Right, well, let's get some sand from somewhere away from right here. Wipe the sweat before it drips. Over a bit, make my dog marks again in here. I just use 4 fingers like that. So it looks like there's a few dog marks. Dust these ones out. Right. Put a little stepping stick there, not much. Like that. Maybe a couple on that side just as a bit of debris, so that if he's going to step somewhere he probably won't step there. Probably do the same on the other side. And that'll have the vehicle mark. We'll go over about right there. I'll try and drive through about there. Now I wasn't sure until I came to this trap, but now I am sure. I've got a trap scratcher. Right, I can see a track right there. See where it's just dug away the stepping stick, exposed the edge of the trap there, just dug the sand back. See another track there. Right, it's a cunning dog. It's expecting the worst, and yeah, righto. Let's set a second trap, a blind trap here. And I'll leave this one slightly exposed, or some part of it exposed. See here where it's scratched out the side of the trap. So I pull the chain up over here, I've exposed the chain. So what I'm going to do there now is put this one over and join it up into that chain and leave a section of that chain exposed. I want the dog to be able to see that. Let's link that in. Right. The idea being, I want that dog to see that chain and think that's where he's got to start scratching. Right? So that's exposed. I'll probably put the stepping stick then out here somewhere. Right? Cover that a little bit. Put that there. Make it look like that is the trap. Put even a little square around it. Make it pretty obvious. For that dog to say, I'm going to scratch there. When really the trap's back here. And while it's doing that, so I'll set it all up to look like that's the trap. Have one trap back here that'll be blind, and then over here I'll put this one back over in here, and that one can be for a hind leg. So they come in here thinking there it is, step into here very cautiously, go to dig at the stepping stick, hopefully catch themselves in the front foot, and if not, put a foot across here and catch themselves in the back foot. Okay, we've got this one there now. There's the chain and the stepping stick, clearly visible. So one trap is to the left-hand side of that stepping stick out in the open, and the second trap is back here, about 500 from it. So I'll just drive over it a couple of times and just make sure we've got that well and truly packed down the marks, and that looks good. That looks really good. Righto. Righto, let's see if that one works. Hey Skunk? Skunk. Hey, is that one of your girlfriends, is it? Is that one of your sneaky girlfriends? Coming up where we caught that little pup on the black soil here now. It's only about 300 metres, I suppose, away from where that one scratched those out, so it could be something to do with this one. I expected to catch another one here after we caught that first young dog, but it's like as if nothing's come back until now, like 4 or 5 days later on. Okay, righto, come along, we're right to our last trap here now, and there's a track, yep, there's a track here. There's a track come on the road just back there. I think we've got a dog because the bush, there's a bush there on that side. That's, yep, there's a dog. He's sitting down beside that. He's sitting down beside that little tree there. Oh, what's that? His ears up there. Good stuff, dogs. One from the last one, one for the new one. Good stuff. Here, dogs. Little saddleback dog, front paw catch. Well, that's good. Still humid as all get out. It's like 4:30, 4:45. Hasn't started to cool down yet, but yeah, good result. This could actually be the dog that's been scratching the traps down here, because it's only, what's that, about a kilometre, I suppose, a kilometre and a half, 1,500 metres away from where the last trap was scratched. So yeah, this could be it. Bitch hasn't had a litter yet. Okay, it's another saddleback. You reckon, Chancy? Hey, have you been out moonlighting, man? Hey, have you been out sneaking around? They all seem to have a little bit too much black and tan in them, Chancy. Are you responsible? Don't look innocent, because you're not innocent, man. Look at the finches here, are they beautiful? Just a cloud of them. The amount of grass seed is just like the Garden of Eden for these little birds. So much bird life up here, it's incredible. I reckon it would have looked very much like this when the first, humans came here, however long ago, whether it be 10,000, 20, 50,000 years, whatever it was. This country would look much the same as this, and it would have been a good place to find a bit of tucker. You walk down these creeks, they'd find shellfish, they'd find lizards, snakes, places you could ambush a wallaby, and always something to eat, but not something that you could sort of stay in the one place and always have something to eat. So you'd have to keep moving. They had to be mobile, had to keep walking, and as they hunted and hit one area, take out what was easy, move on to the next one. A nomadic sort of lifestyle with set camps that they'd come back to. Some of these places they might only be able to come here like, you know, once every 12 months or every couple of years. But I bet it looked much the same as that. Beautiful.